Hi everyone and welcome to LoveTheMainline.com. I'm Bill Shipp, the creator of LoveTheMainline.com. We're in the beautiful town of Wayne, Pennsylvania, here at the Wayne Grove, downtown Wayne. I'm here with my good friend Anya, and we're going to talk to you today about what's going on in the Main Line, why we love the Main Line, and a little bit more about Anya's background and how we can all learn more about what's going on in the marketplace here and more about Anya. Anya, welcome.
Thank you, Bill. I'm so happy to be here. Hi, everyone. My name is Anya Chrisanthon, and I am a native to Wayne area since I've moved to the area from Russia originally with my family. So I absolutely love it here, and I'm so glad that you're bringing awareness to more people to find our area and all the great stuff that we have going on over here.
Oh, thank you, Anya. Appreciate that. So, Anya, tell us sort of about what you love about the Main Line, what draws you to it, and what's got you hooked?
Sure. Well, so what we loved about Main Line and the reason why we decided to move here was proximity to downtown Wayne. So we wanted to be able to walk downtown so we could, have a couple of drinks on a Friday, Saturday night, relax with the family, and at the same time we have access to public transportation right down the street. So if you wanted to hop on a train, you can be in Philadelphia in 30 minutes. And of course, any store, restaurant you want, everything is close by. And even if you want the beach, hey, guess what? It's only an hour and a half away. So this is why I love living here.
I love it. Thank you, Anya. I appreciate you sharing that with me. So what is it that you do, Anya?
So I am a content marketing strategist for new home builders and contractors. AKA, I help contractors and new home builders to tell their story so that they can connect with their clients and sell more homes or more projects in the process.
Nice, that's very much needed now. So what's going on in new construction here in the Main Line? Like, is there a lot of it? And sort of what are you seeing in the future of that?
Sure, Bill, so great question. So right now, it's been an interesting time to follow real estate market because obviously post-pandemic, everyone decided to come out in swarms and buy, right?
Yeah, totally.
Everyone been cooped up and now they're saying, okay, we don't like where we live now, so it's time to make a move. So because of that, there's a high demand for not only existing homes, but also new construction. Now, what's happened during the pandemic is that lumber prices have skyrocketed by over 170%. Since April of this year, they went up by 170% because the mills were shut down. So there was no production, and really the people running the mills underestimated the demand for housing. Initially, when the pandemic came about, everyone thought that we're going to have a crash, right? Everyone said,
sure.
Okay, the housing market's going to go down and it's going to be doomsday. Well, completely opposite happened, right? Except for the first month, March, we saw a dip in website visits and in purchasing just because everyone was kind of freaking out. But then you see a sharp increase in purchasing. So people are out buying homes, and now they know exactly what they don't want and know exactly what they want. And what they want is an office space. They want more rooms. So this is quite a difference from pre-pandemic time. And what better than new construction to be able to accomplish that goal, unless of course you're ready to renovate. So as far as new construction goes, it's available, be ready to pay premium. But also what's interesting is that historically, we're much closer to pricing between existing inventory and new construction just because there's such a high demand for housing market that existing homes have skyrocketed in price, while new construction went up in price because of lumber price. And so now it's actually less expensive to buy new construction by about $3,000 on average nationally, which is crazy.
That's fascinating. That really is. So now you really have an expertise both on the home builder marketing side and on the home buyer new construction side. So now that you've seen and experienced both sides of that, I mean, what can you tell prospective home buyers about buying a new construction home? I mean, what's different about buying a new construction home versus buying a home that already exists?
Sure. So the beautiful thing about new construction is that you get to make it your own, right? You get to decide the colors, the finishes, the cabinets. but also be ready to spend some money on options, right? Because what happens is when you buy a house, most people don't realize that you're probably going to spend about 20% of the price that you paid in those options, those upgrades that you're going to see. And usually people end up spending more. So it's important to make sure that you have your budget established and that you stick to that budget, because otherwise you can be, several $1,000s overpriced, because every single time we go to a showroom and we see those beautiful finishes, of course we must have it.
Oh, yes.
So know your budget, and then also it's very important to know what those options are before you sign the contract. So be sure to talk to your builder and you understand exactly what available options are, what is an upgrade and what is standard, so that you're able to make that decision confidently going forward.
Oh, that's great advice. Thanks for sharing that. I really appreciate that. So let's take things on the opposite side now. You're representing builders in the marketing of their homes, new construction homes. So, I mean, what questions do they ask you about consumers? And, what's it like on the inside for homeowners? Is that we're sort of locked out of the conversation. So tell me a little bit about, if you wouldn't mind, like what that conversation's about and how you market the homes.
Sure, absolutely. So with pandemic, it certainly changed the way we market homes. Historically speaking, most builders were a little bit behind on marketing. So with real estate in general, you've probably seen those beautiful tours of the homes, the video walkthroughs and everything else that's available. So most builders were not so quick to adopt this technology, but now with pandemic, they kind of were forced into it, because let's face it, people were not able to come out and see this. So the only way they could really buy a house is if you have this available. Now what we're seeing is that about a third of all customers saying that they actually prefer to shop online as opposed to in person. So this trend is here to stay, which means that it's very important that you do offer video walkthroughs, a lot of photography, a lot of interaction with your customers. Because one of the biggest obstacles for buying new construction is people's inability to imagine, inability to visualize, right? Most of us cannot buy from blueprints, so we want to see the finished product. And guess what? Now we have the technology available to show that finished product. So I think going forward, it's exciting for builders, because when you compare a brand new home to an existing home, there is no comparison, right? And now that I can actually say, hey, Mr. and Mrs. Customer, I can show you exactly what that's gonna look like. We no longer have an objection of, I just can't see it.
Totally, and it makes sense. It really does. And because you represent both buyers and sellers and builders of new construction, can you represent buyers of a new construction home? And can you also do representation of builders on the marketing side? How does that all work for you?
Sure. So Bill, historically I came from the builder side. So I was a new home sales representative, and that's primarily how I made my living. I sold new construction homes. I did flip to the other side, representing customers. However, what I found out in the process is that beyond my love of sales, I really love marketing. And so marketing is what I'm actually concentrating on right now. And so going forward, my goal is to really help the home builders and the contractors to help develop their message, whether it's website and how to speak to your prospective buyers so that they can see exactly what services you can offer to entice them to do business with you, to communicating with your past buyers, because let's face it, everyone loves referrals. Sure. And unfortunately, most of us don't stay in touch with our customers. So that's really my goal and passion, is marketing and how I can help both the builders and contractors do more business.
That's fantastic. That's really terrific. Thank you for sharing that. So do you have a name of a company, or how can people get a hold of you?
Sure. So AnyaChrisanthon.com is where you can find more information about me. So like Bill, I started my own brand a few years ago, and I have a successful marketing. It's called New Construction Marketing Podcast, and it's ranked top of the iTunes specifically for builder type of marketing. So if you want to listen to some episodes, check it out. And also I have some available resources right on our website, as well as the different services that I can provide.
Oh, wonderful, Anya. Well, thank you very much for sharing. Really appreciate that. And guys, thank you so much for joining us today at lovethemainline.com. And again, my name is Bill Shipp, and I'm the creator and founder of lovethemainline.com. And I'm also a commercial banker and residential lender for Victory Bank in Royersford, Pennsylvania. But I want to thank you all for joining us today. And please like us on Facebook at Love the Main Line, and also to YouTube, Love the Main Line as well, and on Instagram too as well. So thank you very much all for joining, and we'll see you next time. Thank you very much.
Thanks for having me.
You're welcome, Anya. Thank you.
This was fun.
Very much so. Thank you.